Tizoc, or the Griffin as he is known in Japan, was one of the most memorable characters of Garou, Mark of the Wolves, the last Fatal Fury game where he made his debut. It was only natural that he made a jump to the much more popular franchise of SNK. His introduction to KOF was in the vanilla version of 2002 as an NPC in Mexico stage, but he became playable for the first time by joining the Fatal Fury team in 2003 with Terry and Joe, then the Garou team in 11 with Janae and Gato. After that, he suddenly disappeared, leaving his place to another figure known as King of Dinosaurs in KOF 14 and 15. But how did that happen exactly? Are they really two different characters as Dinosaur claims all the time, or are they one and the same figure? These questions and more are what we'll try to answer in this video in order to unveil all the mysteries surrounding this intimidating yet adorable wrestler. But before that, as always, if you like this content, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe and click the bell icon so you can be notified with every new video posted. Tizoc, or the Griffin, is a pro wrestler from Mexico. No one knows his real name. He is originally referred to as Griffon in Japan, but the name got translated to Tizoc in the West. I'm going to call him Tizoc in this video, as I find it the most convenient middle way between his main Griffin persona and the later heel persona King of Dinosaurs. Back to our story. Tizoc was successful and particularly popular among kids, who saw him as their hero. He remained their undefeated idol until the day where he faced a mysterious fighter. The enigmatic martial artist, who was hinted to later as Gato's father, won the battle against Tizoc and put an end to his undefeated career. Tizoc was devastated by that loss and felt that he could not keep being the children's hero, Griffin, unless he finds the man who beat him and gets his revenge. He spent 2 years searching for that man to no avail. When KOF Maximum Mayhem was announced, he believed that it was his best chance to find his target among the world's best fighters, and so he entered the competition to reclaim his honor. Unfortunately for Tizoc, he could not find his target, but he did meet a potential rival during one of the matches. Marco Rodriguez proved to be a formidable opponent and gained the respect of the opposing wrestler. When the tourney ended, Tizoc felt ashamed of himself. Not only he lost a fight to that man, he could not find him either. He was considering ending his wrestling career and stopping being the Griffin when he heard a young boy talking about him. The little guy was praising his idol and commending his resilience, unaware that his hero was listening to him. After that inspiring talk, Tizoc reconsidered his decision. A kid was looking up to him despite all, and disappointing him would be unworthy of a true hero. He decided to keep wearing the Griffin mask as long as he had one supporter left. Tizoc's first involvement with the team-based version of the King of Fighters tournament was in 2003, when he was invited to join the Fatal Fury team after he was asked by Terry to fill Andy's place in the team. The hassle caused by the agitated spectators who were trying to have a better view of the fighters at the end of the tourney made 3 of them fall. Tizoc rushed to catch the youngest among them, while Terry saved the young lady. Joe, however, was met with an unpleasant surprise. It was thanks to Janae that Tizoc entered the following tournament after she invited him to join her Garou team. Their third teammate was the warm and very friendly Gato. Once the tourney ended, she invited them to the Pau Pau Cafe to celebrate. Unsurprisingly, Gato refused to go, and Tizoc refused to take his mask off even when drinking. Although he did not participate to KOF 13, he was still seen among the spectators watching the matches. Sometime before the announcement of KOF 14, Tizoc fought a rising boxer prodigy with a cybernetic arm. Nelson was the name of the boxer, and against all odds, he won the fight. Tizoc didn't take that defeat very well. He was very ashamed of his loss and feared that the image of the Griffin was forever soiled, but he still wanted to fight, and more importantly, have a revenge match against Nelson in the upcoming KOF. And so, Tizoc decided to drop the Griffin character and adopt a heel persona. If you thought the Griffin was an exaggerated and over-the-top character, you've seen nothing yet. Enter King of Dinosaurs. Louder, more aggressive, and never breaks out of character, even when he's talking to himself, King of Dinosaurs was the new persona that Tizoc took when he entered KOF XIV. That happened when he was contacted by Angel to join her Mexican wrestlers team, with the third member being Ramon. You can tell that their team is insane when you realize that Angel is the most reasonable one among them. Everyone knew who Dinosaur was, but he insisted on being someone different than Tizoc. He met Terry during one of the matches and was extremely offended when he was called Tizoc. Of course, his objective was to find Nelson during the tournament, which he did. Dinosaur was glad that he finally found the young boxer. Nelson didn't recognize him at first, and took him some time before he realized that he was facing Tizoc. He committed the same mistake as Terry, calling Dinosaur by his original name, which only served to anger the latter even more than he already was. When KOF came to a close, Dino started questioning his life decisions. He wondered if it was right that he sought the path of vengeance. He even questioned his workout training, diet, and the impression that the kids might have of him. Ramon and Angel started teasing and petting him, which surprisingly didn't bother him. On the contrary, he was enjoying it, until Ramon went overboard with his petting and earned himself a bite from Dinosaur. Before KOF 15 was announced, he was contacted again. This time, it was from the former host of KOF and the self-declared first champion. Antonov invited Tizoc to form with him the Galaxy Antonov Wrestling, or GAW for short. Their third teammate was once again Ramon. Tizoc met Terry again during the matches, and this time the latter had learned from his past mistake and called him Dinosaur. He even suggested a few dinosaur names for him, but he accepted none of them, confident that he is the one and only king of all dinosaurs. He seemed adamant that Tizoc is no more, or rather he sent him to a far place in the sky, as he explained to Jenny. After the tournament ended, Dinosaur and Ramon learned from Antonov that his goal wasn't just to win KOF. The legend of the GAW was just getting started. The trio gained the respect and recognition of famous KOF and SNK figures who rushed to join the GAW. Antonov even managed to tame Mai and made her play in a circus. At the height of their popularity, Tizoc abandoned his dinosaur persona and reverted to his old character, Griffon. And of course, nobody suspected that they were one and the same person. As time went on, the three fighters became a legend, so much so that their fans built statues to honor them. Needless to say, none of that happened for real. It was all a fantasy of their leader, Antonov. As a professional wrestler, Tizoc uses a lot of real-life moves and attacks specific to wrestling. In addition of his dropkick, Grydros super kick, and Glorious Punch Poseidon Wave, he has many throw moves. His armored command grab, the Justice Hurricane, is a true nightmare. Ignoring incoming attacks, Tizoc usually leaves little time to his victim to run away from his grab. It may even work as an anti-air if timed correctly. Although he uses real-life moves, his techniques are very exaggerated and defy the laws of physics. Some of them have fourth-wall breaking properties. However, being a grappler means that he is not the most mobile fighters in the roster. Tizoc is a cumbersome fella. His running animation is very slow, especially under the King of Dinosaurs persona. Speaking of Dinosaur, some of his original moves were updated, others changed by new ones, but there are those that remain the exact same. In short, his fighting style under this form is more feral and animalistic. Dinosaur can use an unblockable jump grab called Assault Raptor that can be considered as an update of his active 2-point, where he jumps on his opponent and bites them. The sharp teeth of his mask are also an integral part of his desperation move, Dinner of Dinosaur. He uses his claws during his Ankylo hammer attack and can even create a small volcano with his roar during his climax super, because of course. His personal page says that he doesn't use any weapon, but that's total BS. Those claws and fangs are no joke, not to mention the long-reaching tail used in his standing CD. we can surely consider his dinosaur outfit as a weapon. Tizoc is a goofy person who takes his training very seriously, especially the upper body workout. He cares a lot about being a good model for children, even under his dinosaur persona. His voice always sounds muffled under his mask. Not that it matters, he prefers roaring anyway. Somehow that mask is capable of changing expressions. Dinosaur never breaks out of character, even outside combat or when he talks to himself. You got to appreciate his commitment. He insists on being a different person than Tizoc, even though everyone knows who he really is. He tries as hard as he can to intimidate those around him with how cruel and savage he is. The truth is, that only serves to make him look even more endearing and likable. Special thanks to my patrons for their generous support. I hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did, and why not consider subscribing to the channel. Thanks for watching.